just carry on Mary Kay's legacy. And I just deeply, deeply appreciate it. I'm going to mute out and let you take over, my gorgeous friend.
Yeah. So I have about 20 minutes, you said?
Yes. And
Okay.
by the way, that is your lipstick. That's your power lipstick color, girl. If you don't know that, that's a good lipstick.
Okay. So I have to tell you guys, like I stocked up on that lipstick. It was the one with like all the, oh my gosh, where is it? Empower is the Empower
Yes.
that. Okay. So I stocked up on that. So if I run out, I might be reaching out to all of you and grabbing what you have in stock. I'm just kidding. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jen. And well, oh my goodness, happy Thursday, happy New Year, happy Mary Kay New Year. I'm excited. When Jen asked me to jump on here, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I would love to share. So I apologize. I'm in my car. I'm on the go today. I have lots of back-to-back appointments. But as Jen shared, her and I crossed paths, maybe a couple months ago when I handed off a bridal event to her. I was so excited. And it was crazy because one of my longtime consultants connected me with Jen, but then like 5 other people did. And I was like, okay, Jen's it. And I know that she was able to carry that bridal event over in Colorado Springs, and they had so much fun. So thank you, Jen, for doing that. And I know just in knowing you the short time that I have that you are the real deal. And so I appreciate you thinking of me to join you all today. I am a Mary Kay sales director. I've been in Mary Kay for over, 22 years. I've had two journeys in Mary Kay. The first journey was in my early 20s, where I fell in love with the product and became a consultant. And I did it part-time alongside a full-time job that first go around. And then fast forward, like, I don't know, I had my first daughter who, Madison, who's now 22. But when I got pregnant with her, my husband and I decided to take a leap of faith. And I did not I actually quit my full-time job, and I just stepped back and focused on being a mom. But then after being a stay-at-home mom for about 6 years, we found ourselves in a position where I needed to go back to work. And crazy enough, at that time, I went back to my corporate job, but literally was like, why am I doing this? Like, have you ever been there? Like, you're like, why am I doing this? And I decided, literally, after being there for a couple more years, I'm like, I am going to do Mary Kay again. I'm going to do Mary Kay full time. And so now I've done Mary Kay full time for over 15 years. Became a sales director within a year after I came back to the company. I have earned over, I don't know, 8 or 9 cars, which is a blessing for sure. But, a little bit about me. The reason I'm here and Mary Kay for as long as I have been is because I wanted to be a stay-at-home working mom. And I have 3 daughters who are now, when I started back the second time, they were baby 4 and 6. And, there's so many reasons why I needed to do that, let alone just childcare in itself would have cost us like $1,800 a month. But now they're 15, 19, and 22. 2 are in college. Mary Kay is helping pay for 2 college daughters. They're both big time soccer players. My middle daughter plays for Kansas University. So I am in Shawnee, Kansas, just so you know. I live in Kansas City. Easiest place for you to kind of know where that demographic is. But absolutely passionate about what I do. And what I'm going to share with you today is going to be all about basically leading well. And what does your lead system look like? Okay. I think it's a perfect time of year. It's a brand new year to kind of sit back and look at, how am I leading? How am I supporting not just your customers, but also, your team members and your units. So I'm going to start though with, have you guys seen this book before? Oh, sorry. It's called Write, Pray, Repeat. And it's a daily decree. And the author is Brenda Kuhnman. This was gifted to me. Sorry, my background's blurry, so I know you might not. Can you see it? It's called Write, Pray, Repeat. And I'm going to read out of that first to just get my message started today, because I feel like it's a perfect time of year for us to be fruitful. And it says, your fruitful season begins now. And today we decree that everything that has been locked up and shut up by the enemy is loosed. We declare your days of wilderness and desert living are over. We say you are coming out of every demonic prison constructed unjustly and illegally by the enemy. Every mental block, mind binding spirit, and every spiritual and physical restriction is broken in the name of Jesus. We call you loosed from every oppression, and we say you are spiritually, emotionally, and physically free. We declare you are loose to live and breathe and operate in all the fullness and plan of God on every level designed for you. You are like a planted tree that bears fruit against the current of a flowing river. We say your season of fruitfulness begins now. So exciting. So the scripture for that is, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doth shall prosper. And that's Psalms 1, verse 3. So what I love about this book also is you can journal along with that. And so my gift to you today is like, do you have a book that you are reading right now or something that's helping you be closer to God or just really help spend time with him? Something I've been personally been working on is, being quiet with him at least 30 minutes a day, which I know as an activator mindset, which I am. I don't know if y'all know your Enneagram, but I feel like I always have to be in action. So my goal this year is to slow down. And what it does is it'll ask you to journal. So after you read that day's decree, so the journal part is, and you can write this down and I'll repeat it at the end, is what area of your life do you see the most fruit in? So what area of your life do you see the most fruit in? And then write down your thanks to God for it. So what area of your life do you see the most fruit in? And write down your thanks to God for it. And then now journal the area in which you see the least fruit. Journal the area in which you see the least fruit. And thank God for the fruit he is about to create here. And thank God for the fruit he is about to create here. And obviously these can be personal, these can be business, whatever you want to put there, whatever you want to journal about. As we know, having a balance between, emotional, physical, financial, whatever you want to write about. And then of course, I love the other side of the journal. I don't know if you can see it. There's a sword and you can color. So if you like to, some of us like to color and take notes over there, whatever, but you can fill it in. It does say every mental block, mind binding spirit, and every spiritual and physical restriction is broken in the name of Jesus. And that's such a great thing to just say daily, right? So with that, I am going to talk to you a little about leading yourself well, which it starts with this. It starts with journaling. It starts with spending time with yourself. I think that, again, one of my mentors, coaches asked me, like, when do you take time for yourself? Like, when have you just literally sat with yourself for a while? I think as moms and wives, and maybe some of you are really good at that. So I love that. But for me this year, that's a focus starting into this new year. Like, for me to be the best leader that I want to be, I need to learn to sit with myself and think about the things that I want to work on within myself. And just owning that, because I think sometimes it's hard to maybe even say, Tammie, you could work on that. Or, Tammie, you're really great at this. Like, what are your strengths? So for me, recognizing your strengths as a leader or as a coach or as, just even how do you lead your customers well? Some of the things that I really focus on is communication, having multiple avenues of communication with my people. And when you think of the different ways that you communicate, I know we all know, like, after COVID, we had to really ramp that up. Like, do we communicate through phone calls? Do we communicate through email? I do have a system set up where I have automated my email communications. So if you have not done something like that and you feel you need to, I highly encourage that you do that. In addition to that, I have a text communication that I use for support. Now, I will tell you that as you're building your businesses, you want to evaluate based on, and I'm assuming are we all directors on here? Or we have consultants as well?
Consultants too.
Okay. So as consultants are building, you'll want to evaluate, like, okay, Do I have 100 customers now? Do I need to incorporate some type of system there? Because communication is key. Would you agree? Our clients need that support. So one of the cool things about the text system, or actually the email system I have through Creatively Pink, but I know there's other companies out there that do that too. After you sell a skincare set, they get an email saying it's automated through InTouch, through Creatively Pink. And they get an email communication with congratulations on purchasing your skincare set. Now, do you have to hire somebody to do that for you? Absolutely not. I mean, you could create something on your own through an email. But I really believe customer service one-on-one with clients, hands down, will give you repeat business, right? So now's a great time to look at, how am I servicing my customers, and am I consistently communicating with them once a week, twice a week, or, once a month. Now, if it's just one time a month, it's okay to touch them more than that. Okay. It's okay to touch them more than that. I would say you're going to have customers who are, on full skincare, and they're going to be reordering from you every 2 to 3 months per se. Right. But it's okay to touch them. Like every week, I kind of have literally a customer service focus. And one week you might be focusing on skincare. The next week you might be focusing on makeup. The next week you might be focusing on body care. But how do you get more products in front of them on a weekly basis? And it would also be really helpful that maybe with you and your director, or you and another power partner, that you have little focus meetings together and talk about strategies. Because I have a couple, directors here in Kansas City that we talk once a week about what we're going to put in front of our customers. Margie Wentworth, I don't know if you're on today, but her and I did that on a regular. Of just, what is our focus, and how are we going to not only lead ourselves well with our customer systems, but also, that communication piece. Does that make sense? So with, and I do, like I said, I have a variety of systems there. I have email system. I have a text system that also, so if you're going to make a sell with a client, and, 2 plus 2 plus 2, you all know that, right? 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, that does not change. So you make a sell, you follow up within 2 days. And I don't always make a phone call the 2-day one, but 2 weeks, I certainly am picking up the phone and talking with them. But the 2-day, the 2-day text says, thank you so much for your order. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns about anything, blah, blah, blah. I appreciate you. Okay. So make sure that 2-day touch, 2-week touch, and 2-month touch is happening with every client, new clients, even current. And I love the 2-week text or call, because at that point, you're talking with them. You've already touched them at least 2 times in 2 weeks, right? And they're going to let you know how it's going. But even 2 months, they're like, I'm good, or I need this. I'm running low on this. So 2 plus 2 plus 2. Don't ever stop doing 2 plus 2 plus 2. Okay. With customers, I, again, I'm always trying to, invite them to at least a refresh every, at least a quarter, or getting new products in front of them too. Don't ever stop doing PCP, preferred customer program, is vital, right? So just some quick reminders on that. And I know right now we are actually in enrollment right now for PCP for the fall and winter catalog. So now when it comes to just team building and leading lead generation, with not just building your customers, but team building, I'm going to give you a strategy here. And this is going to be specifically, how do you generate leads? You guys, I'm passionate about this. Okay. This is my other system on generating new leads. Power booking is vital, right? So if you do not have 5 to 7 different ways that you're generating new names on an ongoing, and at least have 100 new names, or at least 100 names ongoing, here are my 5 to 7 ways I generate leads. Referrals. Master that. If you have not mastered collecting referrals from everyone you're in front of. You guys, it's the easiest way. If I'm in front of someone, I always say the best compliment you can give me is to share me with your family and friends. The best compliment you can give me is to share me with your family and friends. Okay. I've worked my entire 15 years of just building my business off of referrals, and have a sheet where you can collect at least 12 names, whether it's in person or virtual, because you can walk away if you're with 4 women and each of them give you 12. How many is that? 48. I'm good at math. That's 48 new names. Okay. I mean, I've had weeks where I've had over 100 to 150 new names just from referrals. And a lot of times I think that when you're in person with folks, you got to make it fun, right? So a lot of times I'll ask who's competitive, who likes free stuff. That helps you see in the room who's going to be the person that's going to lead it. Like if someone says they're competitive, they're right away going to start putting names and numbers down. So referrals. The second one is booking from your bookings. You always want to offer a hostess incentive, some way, shape, or form, like, hey, or second appointment. To me, you know, booking from your bookings and second appointments is kind of the same thing, right? So having at least 3 different types of experiences. So right now with the brides, that's a third way that I'm booking. If you have any organizations within your communities that you can connect with for bridal events, do it. Like, do it. I was introduced to the bridal expos about 1.5 years ago, and the lead generation from that is phenomenal. So we have a whole bride system of how we reach out to brides, but even bridal events, expos, booth events, we have the slips, the entry slips that are really successful for us. And we have the scripts. It's all automated. I mean, I sent out like 200, messages the other day, and I think I've had already 25 responses. So the bridal events are great. The other source of leads, obviously, you can do Facebook leads if you're big on social media. Facebook leads, or Instagram or TikTok, whatever social platform you love. Lead boxes I've done occasionally, but I will tell you, it just depends on your community. If you have a lot of, small, mom and pop shops and places where it just depends on your community. Like I think the bigger cities, it's a little different as opposed to the smaller. So do have lead boxes out. I don't have my lead. Do I have my lead book? Oh yeah. I use a binder, and so I have a binder. Yeah, I used one of the flip chart binders, and I have tabs. So, and the tabs are my first lead source is brides, then referrals, then Facebooks, then I warm chat. So warm chatting doesn't mean you have to go out and warm chat for 1.5 hours to find people. I personally have just warm chatted throughout my normal life. Facebook leads, basically, one of my focuses there, sorry, I haven't been pulling up the messages, and I can answer questions here in a little bit because I know I'm almost at my 20 max, but Facebook leads, I do birthdays on Facebook. So we all have friends that have birthdays on Facebook. And so I use the, oh my gosh, what's her name? Monica Garbeau. She has the perfect Facebook scripts. Y'all know who she is. If you have not downloaded or gotten to her boards app and grabbed those Facebook, you guys, literally, they work. So you wish them happy birthday, and then you private message them, and you just say, hey, I'm giving away a birthday treat to all my, to everyone on my, I don't think you say everyone, but sorry, I don't have the script in front of me. But it's basically offering them a birthday pampering sesh. And they'll reply. You'll have people respond. They'll be like, oh my gosh, absolutely, I'd love to have one. But her scripts, I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. We can share her scripts with you guys too, but her scripts work. Okay. And it's just another great way to book faces for their birthday. And give them a birthday sesh. I said bookings from bookings, and then I said second appointments, right? So those are my 7 lead sources. So what I highly encourage that you do is leading yourself well with your systems, obviously, leading yourself well, knowing what your goal is for this month, launching into July. How many faces are you wanting to get on your books? You know, are you wanting to do 30 faces and do, you know, power it out this month, moving into August? Because what do we know about August and September, y'all? Those are busy months for us. It picks up like boom, back to school. And it's just, it can get busy, busy, busy. So start it now. But I think that have 100, have a project of 100. If you currently do not have 100 leads right now, meaning 100 names, print off a piece of paper. I can even send you a tracking, what I use to write down, get to 100 names and start booking. Because Mary Kay Ash always said, what was her phrase? Booking is the lifeline of our business. Okay. And have a strategy with your leads. Like, I mean, my national sales director emeriti was Jan Harris, and she always said, if you don't have 5 to 7 avenues of generating leads, you're not going to have ongoing consistent business, you know, and new faces. And so that's been like near and dear to my heart, and having systems to help you, because in this day and age, you need to have some type of texting system. I use Project Broadcast, but a lot of you use, what's the other one? The other one that Mary Kay is connected to, you guys. I apologize. I'm not thinking of it at the moment. Some of you probably know what it is. But yeah, Scipio, thank you. So I highly encourage all of my consultants that are really running and building that they have to have a text system. So I know it's an investment, but you really, it's so, oh my gosh. Like there was a while where I was just using my phone for all of my text communication, and I had to separate it because my text box, like inbox, was blowing up on my personal phone. So having a separate phone number for text for your customers and your team is so important. So yeah. So what questions? I know that was a lot. Hopefully it wasn't too like jumbled. I hope you gained some insight from that. But leading yourself well does start with systems. And then of course, generating leads is huge. So I just wanted to come to you with that today. And I know with the new year, yeah, let's go for it.
I know that was incredible. And yes, girls, there's what is the other one? Shanie's office has an Easy Blast text group too. I know that's one, but
yeah,
I mean, there's so many. And usually if your director is with, if you're a consultant on here, is with any of those Project Podcasts, wherever, they usually have a consultant, whatever discounted thing when you're at a consultant level for generate, like, for the blast text things or whatever. So that makes it nice.
Yeah.
Too.
And I will tell you, you guys, like, I mean, I'm not one to be like dive in and try to read everything. I'm not a huge reader. So it was awesome when a lot of my consultants started using Project Broadcast with me, because we were teaching each other stuff about the system. And some of my, literally leverage each other, because like I have a consultant who she's so like, she'll get on a computer and she'll like just teach herself stuff. So she taught me how to use like the shorthand communication. So when I send out a booking script, and they're like, yes, I'm interested, share details, I just click a bubble and it just sends the message. So I'm not having to type the whole, message individually over every time, because it's already in a template and I just hit click and it goes. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing, like saving time. Right. So, if you aren't at 100 names right now, it's okay. I mean, you'll get there. Just put in the systems to help support you in that. And then of course, let us know if you need any assistance with generating that. We're here for that.
Yes, absolutely. Friend, I just adore you. That was incredible. A great thing to start our seminar year off with. And I just want to, did anybody else have a question or want to unmute? I know we answered them all in the chat, but I know some of you might know, Tammie, you might want to say something or have a question.
So Tammie, I just was able to get in on a bridal fair, and now I have about 75 leads. And the person did provide us with scripts, but I just don't know that I have confidence in the scripts and all of that. So where can I go for more information?
Yeah, I can share my my scripts with Jen, and she can send that out to you guys. Because basically with the scripts, we do a drip. Okay, Sandy. So the drip is they receive the first initial invite, and we do disclose and tell them we're with Mary Kay. I actually think, Jen, you have the scripts, maybe.
I do. I do.
Okay.
Yep. I can post those in
So
our group.
we do a drip, Sandy, and the reason I know, I'll be honest, you guys, calling people every single lead you have, a lot of us aren't going to get, they're not going to pick up. So I start with a script inviting, letting them know they, earned the pampering sesh, and the free skin scan. So we really promote the skin scan as well. Cause that, it's a 5-star app, you guys. So, and we scan their faces at events. Not that you have to do that, but we just were like, we wanted to give them something. But those scripts, they work. So you don't want to change the verbiage, just your name. And so you send the invite the first day. And then if they don't respond to the first invite, they're getting another message within 4 days, 3 to 4 days. Hey, it looks like we hadn't connected yet. I know how texts can get lost, blah, blah, blah. And we know the power booking system. If you have new consultants on here and you're not familiar with it, we can get that to you as well. But the power booking system shows that you need to touch them at least 4 times within like an 11-day period. Okay, because not everyone responds to the first or second message. We know by the 3rd attempt, typically bookings happen. So use those scripts. Don't change those scripts, Sandy, and then just upload them into a campaign into your texting system, whatever texting system you use. If you're not sure how to do a campaign, I can, I don't know if you're using Project Broadcast or Scipio. I'm savvy with Project Broadcast, but I'm not savvy with Scipio.
I use Shaney.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think I can get some guidance from them.
It's the same. Yeah. It's Sandy, they have I have Shaney stuff too, Easy Blast. They have campaigns you create. It's the same as Project Broadcast or Scipio. Like you create it and then like you have a word, they click that and then it automatically will send them the next thing.
Yeah.
So yes, it'll be awesome. Anybody else? Okay.
Yeah. Hey, this is Christine.
Oh, go.
Yeah, sorry, I dropped my phone. I was like trying to get it picked back up so I can ask you a question. Okay, so I have a quick question. Jennifer, I appreciate that you're going to put those scripts in. So when we're loading those scripts, we're just loading them, putting them like in our notes. So then that way when we're on like Project Broadcast or whichever Scipio, and we put that person, we just put that name, change our name obviously, and then put that note message into it. Is that correct?
Yeah. So because I send out a blast, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. When I send out a blast, so it's a campaign, and you will have to set it up. So you'll have to put in each message, like day 1, this message goes out at this time. Day 4, the second message goes out this day at this time. So you will have to set the campaign up. And then you can send it out to as many leads as you want. So like I said, I just did a huge blast of over 100 leads from the last bridal event I did. And I would say if you're new to this, don't do more than 40 names at one time because you'll feel a little overwhelmed. But I've been doing it a while. So I got my system down and my replies down. And I think even in the scripts, you all, is the responses, when they say, yes, I want more information, then there's a response of what to say. Your pampering session includes the selection of treatments, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you load the information into Project Broadcast from notes, Project Broadcast then knows by what their response is to send the next message to them. Or do you have to be sending the next, click onto the next thing with Project Broadcast, or does it automatically know, hey, she said yes, so send this message. She said no, so don't send a message. That's what I'm just asking.
I personally send the messages because I do want to talk to them. I don't let it on. I don't make that automated. Now, if you can make it automated, you might. I don't know that much.
No, that's what I was wanting to know.
Yeah. And what I did was I created, how you can create a template with the response?
Okay.
Do you know how to do that?
Not really.
Every platform, y'all, has a template section. So you can go in and select template, put in the answer of what you're going to say back to them. And then when they reply yes, I want more information, then you just go to your templates and you select here's more information and you just hit boom, send.
Okay. Okay,
So
cool.
yeah. And I know you guys, it takes a minute to teach yourself this stuff, but it's worth it. In the long run, it is so worth it. And I will say, like, I don't have time to be sitting and responding individually to everybody and typing it all out. So I had to create those systems, especially just in this day and age, you guys. I mean,
Yeah,
everything is just so much faster, you know?
it's amazing. All these
Okay,
ideas
that
are
is very
amazing.
helpful. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
Thank you so
welcome.
much.
Yeah.
But
we'll
yes,
get this
we would love
recording
anything
posted
you
too.
have.
Okay. Yeah, we can forward it over. I'll get with Jen and make sure we have everything to give to you guys.
Yeah, we'll get that out. We'll get it posted in the Facebook group. And then obviously give us till Monday or whatever, but we'll get, cause I have those scripts from the thing you gave me for here. So I can
Yeah.
post all that on there so you have some ideas, and yeah, it'll be amazing. And that way everybody will be ready to rock and roll for the new year. And
Yeah. And if you guys have any questions, Jen can always forward it to me if Jen doesn't know the answer to it. So absolutely.
yeah, it'll be incredible. I hope you all have a great beginning of the new seminar year, my friends.
Yes.
Have a
Oh,
great
Thank you
Thursday.
so much.
Bye,
You
everyone.
too. All right,
Happy
thanks.
July.
Bye.
Bye.